Welcome everyone to our Sunday service at the First Spiritualist Church of Onset, Mass. We come to you bringing good tidings on this special celebration. We'd like to open with an invocation that everyone that is watching here today, that Infinite Spirit and those in the Spirit side, surround each and every one of us, uplift us, give us the knowledge that only love is real. Help us during this time of crises to be in our higher selves, to be patient, kind, and to not be in fear. Feel our feelings, but express them and let them go. Guide us so that we make the highest choice for all concerned. And I'd like to open with the Tube of Light mantra, which was given to us by Saint Germain. And you can say this along with me as you watch. Beloved, I am presence bright. Round me seal your tube of light. From ascendered Master's flame, call forth now in God's own name. Let it keep my temple free from all discord sent to me. I am calling forth the violet fire to blaze and transmute all desire, keeping on in freedom's name till I am one with the violet flame. And as we put this out and surround ourselves with the beautiful white light, this will uplift us, help us and guide us in the highest choice for all concerned. Now we would like to have a reflection by Lisa.
Good evening. This is a reading from the book, The Way of the Sun, White Eagle's Teaching for the Festivals of the Year. The Golden Flowers of Easter. Spiritual truth, and indeed all truth, must be acceptable to both the heart and to the mind. Some people think that love is purely an emotion and that therefore the voice of love cannot satisfy their reason. But love in its divine sense completely satisfies. And when fully developed in man, it can raise him from the valley to the heights, giving him a range of vision which is only possible from the apex of the mountain. Do not think that the festival of Easter belongs exclusively to Christianity, for it is ages old, and the story embodied in the Christian teaching is yet another enactment of the mystical story of Christ in the sun. It is not easy for you today to associate the cosmic Christ with the sun in the skies, although you regard the sun as the source of the warmth and light without which there could be no life on earth. At Easter time, when the great sun pours forth its rays upon the northern hemisphere, all life begins to stir. Most of the early spring flowers in the northern hemisphere take upon themselves the color of the sun. Does not this sun color stimulate your intellect and warm your heart? Your hearts leap when you see the little golden flowers raising their heads from the dark earth and turning their faces to the sun. For then all nature is stirring and rising to glorify the Creator. All will admit that there is a natural law behind this awakening life and growth. But there is something more. There is a divine intelligence, and even more than this, there is a great warm heart. Have you ever thought of the warmth of the heart of God, the heart of your Creator? Come with us then, rise in consciousness above physical matter, into the realms of the sun or of the spirit. Feel the warmth and glory and life-giving power of the sun. And then know that something of this sun or spirit is also in your heart. For within man's heart is a tiny replica of the sun, of the heart of God the Creator, and God and Christ are one. If you remember this, it will help you not only to unfold your own sun qualities of Christ qualities, but to comprehend the purpose of life here on this earth.
Thank you, Lisa, for that wonderful reflection. And it comes from The Way of the Sun, White Eagle's teachings. And now, with all this wonderful information and insight that you can reflect upon, we're going to have Russell Kramer do a prelude for us. Please welcome. Thank you, Russell. That was beautiful. And certainly brings us into a peaceful, serene state. And that's what's important right now. How do we stay serene in this beautiful state during times of despair? And so we're going to enter into our healing part of our service, our Easter service. And we would just entice you to take the time to sit wherever you may be or lay down, whatever you choose to do. And this is a very important part of our life existence, and as we monitor through everything that we're going through right now, to take the time to go within. It's important. A lot of people are doing prayers and forming groups on the internet. This also, you taking the time to go within and meditate, is a very positive and powerful action that you're taking to stay. The more we stay peaceful, the more we stay steady and grounded, the better the energy will be around us and out in the world. So we are a mirror to the world. So peace within, peace without. So if you get yourself comfortable in a position where you feel relaxed, normally during our church service, for those who don't know, that we have hands-on healing. And because of the situation, we have nobody here to do that. So let's all just take the time right now, again, to get in a special place that you feel comfortable. If you have other people with you and they want to meditate, that's fine. Find a place where you can be peaceful. So we always start with an intention that we open up to a higher knowing, that only love is real. We start with a nice deep breath, and when you take your breath, take it from the diaphragm, from in, and pull it up and hold and release. So let's all together take a nice deep breath, pull it up and hold it, 1, 2, 3, and release. And when you release, release it all. Release all the terror, the fear, the anxiety, the unknowing that is happening right now. Soften your body, soften your mind. Just realize the only thing that's important right now is being here right now in this peaceful moment. So just let go. And in the practice of your breathing, taking the deep breath in actually is an asset to what's happening right now. Because our throat chakra is what's being challenged during these times. So let's practice another real good strong diaphragm. Pull in. Deep breath, holding, 1, 2, 3, and exhaling all the troubles and worries right out of your body. Feel it just dissipating in every pore, just right from you, going into the earth and melting into the beautiful nothingness. And allow yourself to do it again, to take a nice deep breath through the nose. Pull it up. 1, 2, 3, and release. Anything else? All the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, all what ifs, let it go. Let it all dissipate. And align yourself in the divine peace that is here for us at all times. And as your body starts to soften from the very top of your head, all the way down to your toes, relaxing your muscles, relaxing the bones, and just feel that you're very soft and buoyant and receptive. And at the time of meditation, we open up our crown chakra. We open up to the higher realms that are above us, we've created on this earth for when we go into the next plane. So allow yourself in your vision, as you're softened and you're receptive, to see in your mind's eye a beautiful, radiant light coming down from this starry, beautiful, beautiful sky. And as the light comes down, it trickles down through the many clouds above us. It comes right down into the very crown of our head. And we have an instant Christ awakening, a renewing of our thoughts, a rejuvenation of every cell in our brain, clearing any negative thoughts, any negative vibrations, letting that all dissipate into the Christ light, so we're illumined with higher knowledge that only love is real. And as this is happening, know that you can release and let go of any negativity in your thoughts, in your vision, and let it happen. And let your mind just relax as it scrambles every negative thing and gathers it into this light and transforms it into the highest realm of illuminate truth of love. And as you see this light coming down, as it opens up your pupils, the light comes out, and you see a light coming out of your pupils into the world. And you can only see the good in the world in this light, the higher realms of love. And now you see the love in your brothers and sisters, and only the good in your brothers and sisters. See peace in the world with your sight. And allow this light to continue down as you soften your jaw, as you allow the light to come into your throat chakra, clearing any words that got stuck, energy that got stuck in your throat, sadness, hurt, pain, anger, whatever it may be. See this light stirring all the negativity up, anything that's stuck, and instantly brought into this divine light so that your throat chakra is clear. So Infinite can utilize you and utilize your voice to speak through. Now allow your shoulders to soften, the front and the back of your chest. See the light permeating around your whole upper torso. And around your heart, see a beautiful heart-shaped golden heart. You're golden. You are in the Christ light. See your heart opening like you would see two doors opening. And as these two doors open, a floodgate of golden ray comes out of you into the universe, beyond the walls, into the universe, sending out divine love, Christ light, healing light out into the world, restoring, rejuvenating. And this light breaks down all walls to you letting others in, or are you loving others, or you forgiving self and forgiving others. The Christ light transforms, heals, and restores. And Infinite loves us beyond measure. So allow yourself, as Jesus taught us, to forgive self and to forgive others. And as this light continues down into the solar plexus, where our sense of self-esteem, our sense of purpose, our sense of creativity and knowing resides. Allow the light to shine, to dissipate any negativity in these areas. And allow the light to continue down through your hip structure, down through your thighs, knees, calves, shin. And this light, if it's for your best and highest good, can transform and heal and restore muscle tissue, bone structure. Allow the light to continue down out through your feet, and see the light coming out through your toes, trickling way, way, way down into Mother Earth. Your roots are strong, and they will emulate into the deep, deep Mother Earth, in the core of Mother Earth. And as Mother Earth sees your roots, she comes towards you with her roots and holds you steady like the mighty oak tree. Firm, grounded, knowing, aligned. And Mother Earth comes into your roots and comes up, steadily, expediently, all the way up, breaking through the cores of the layers of the earth. Branches into your toes and branches through your whole torso. And you start to feel mighty, enlarged like the mighty oak tree, expansive beyond the walls and the floor into Mother Earth and beyond the ceiling, up into the skies, connecting to Father Sky. And this is how strong and mighty and beautiful and loving that you are capable of being. In this bubble of light, send it beyond the walls. And there's a light within you that is beautiful, like you would see a candle flame in the aura around it. Send this light within you beyond in each and every pore of your body, from front to back, right to left, top to bottom. And now you've connected your male and female within you, Mother Earth to Father Sky. Now send during this time, think nothing but joyful, happy, healthy, peaceful thoughts. Send love, all you can, out into the universe. Just taking this time, you will truly be part of shifting the world. God's blessings. May peace prevail in the world. God's blessings. As spiritualists, we have a declaration of principles that we follow. And I'd like to share them with those folks that are watching. A lot of people don't know what spiritualism is about. But one of the most important things is the continuity of life. And we have a declaration that we try to follow in our lives. You're welcome to just ponder along with me with this before we do our lecture. We believe in infinite intelligence. We believe that the phenomena of nature, both physical and spiritual, are the expression of infinite intelligence. We affirm that a correct understanding of such expression and living in accordance therewith constitute true religion. We affirm the existence and the personal identity of the individual continue after the change called death. We affirm that communication with the so-called dead is a fact, scientifically proven by the phenomenon of spiritualism. We believe that the highest morality is contained in the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. We affirm the moral responsibility of the individuals, and that we make our own happiness or unhappiness as we obey or disobey nature's physical and spiritual laws. We affirm that the doorway to reformation is never closed against any soul here or hereafter. We affirm that the precepts of prophecy and healing are divine attributes proven through mediumship. We believe that divine love is manifested through loving service to all life. In this service, I'd like to also offer our prayer for spiritual healing that we normally do before we do the healing. But it's okay, we can shift and change things. This prayer is a very powerful prayer. So if you can just sit and listen or entice it yourself to the universe, put it out there, put it out in thought, because we believe thoughts are things. We can actually heal, be a part of healing the world, healing what's happening now, by shifting ourselves and sending this prayer out. So we ask that this prayer go out to everyone in our healing book, everyone in the universe that is in need right now, those that are suffering with the virus, those that love those that are suffering, the world in general, our world. We ask for healing. I ask the great unseen healing force to remove all obstructions from my mind and body and to restore me to perfect health. I ask this in all sincerity and honesty, and I will do my part. I ask this great unseen healing force to help both present and absent ones who are in need of help and to restore them to perfect health. I put my trust in the love and the power of God. Again, it's a very powerful prayer, and you can say it every day and throughout your day. So now we're going into our lecture part of our service, and this is where we give knowledge, something that will be uplifting for you, something that might be helpful to you. And when we think of Master Jesus and his journey on this earth plane, obviously in the Bible and reading the stories about his journey here, it wasn't always easy. And he met his own disasters. And he also helped people during their troubled times. He was a master of being able to be in the light, to be able to not see what's in front of him as it is, only to see the love in the world, only to see it as it is in good health, okay? So in other words, when he met across people that were in dis-ease, or even he rose a person, not only himself, but another person that was dead, he rose them to life, okay? So he did not see, his perspective was not to see anything other than love and light. And this he mastered. He also mastered a very terrifying experience, that he saw it differently. He did not see his brothers and sisters in their hard selves. He saw them in their lighter selves. In other words, forgive them for they know not what they do. And that is true. Oftentimes we appear to other people as we're deliberately doing something to somebody to harm them. And we all have our own stuff, our own inner stuff that we grew up with, our stuff that we were generationally brought into. And what Jesus did was he taught us how to transform that, how to look at everybody as in love, not in that fear base that they're of unforgiveness, to look at what everyone is going through in a kind way, in a way that they don't know what they're doing. And if we follow these practices in our lives, and that we can look at our brothers and sisters when they're doing things that perhaps are harmful to themselves or others, we can look at it in a different light, like Jesus looked at. Only love is real. And that there's many perspectives out there, the Course in Miracles, that this is all an illusion. And if you look into the story of Jesus, it's also, he looked at that way. He didn't see the evilness out there. He did react to it in his human self, but he knew also how to transform it. And the only way we can transform anything is through love. Only love is real. We are on this human earth journey. We have many trials and tribulations in our lives. And our journey here is that we are experiencing all that we experience for our higher evolution, for our own transformation. And so we have people in situations that are put in front of us so that we will be able to transform it if it's in a negative vibration. So we're all going to be going through the hardships that we're going through now. This is a world experience. We're all experiencing something that we have no control, how it all came to us. We have control of some things, and if we follow these things, we'll be okay. And so we have to listen to what's out there. We have to listen to what people are telling us. And we can transform this by following the higher path for all concerned. That's what we're challenged with right now. What is for the best and highest good for all concerned? Following protocol. And Jesus taught us the only way through, okay, is loving. Loving one another, forgiving one another, and to look at each and every soul, no matter what they're doing at the time, that they're wounded if they're doing something that's negative or harmful. And to come from a higher perspective in all areas of our life. And there's many different philosophies out there of what's going on. You know, that somebody started this, or it was all set up as a plan, or all these things, you know, about the virus that's happening right now. But in actuality, we don't know. All we know is that it is happening. And the way to transform it is to be loving, kind, forgiving at this time. People's patience are going to be tested. People may be more irritated than normal. And when we're fearful, we can be less tolerant of what, more forgiving, more understanding. And oftentimes we can get caught up in our own stuff. You know, and our own stuff is, you know, the stuff that our own challenge with our own head about not feeling good enough, not being good enough, or we did something wrong, or whatever it may be. This is a time to gift yourself forgiveness. This is a time to gift the world forgiveness. To give the person the better hand, the better thought, okay? Maybe that person isn't purposely acting the way they are to harm you. It's just that they're in their own stuff. So bringing the light to everything that we see is what Jesus taught us. The light is love. Being in our higher self, understanding and caring is what is the most important thing as we move forward. And the most important thing also is to give it to ourselves, to be loving and kind to ourselves first. So as you move on, as the days go on, as we celebrate Easter, remember, Jesus taught us that only love is real, that forgiveness is key, and is the doorway to our transformation. We're grateful that you spent the time on your Easter day with us, and we're hoping that you will see the light as time goes on, and our world will prevail in peace and good health. God's blessings. So now this is where we, before we do our proof of the continuity of life, we have a hymn, and so we're lucky to have Russell Kramer with us to raise the vibration, and I'm sure you're going to enjoy this. You can sing along in your own home, whatever you choose to do. Thank you, Russell. Wonderful. Oh, it's a beautiful song. It's a beautiful song for our Easter service. And so why we have a hymn before we do mediumship is to raise the vibration. And this is where we prove the continuity of life, that there is no dead, there's no dying. We go, our spirit, who we are, goes on. And how that's proven is by the description of who the medium gets, and describing their personality, their certain pieces of them. And so once we do that, then whatever message they have. So pay attention. If you do resonate with one of these souls that are coming in from the spirit side, just let us know on Facebook, on our page. And that just proves all even more, because it's a vibration, and we ask Spirit, ask and you shall receive. So I ask only for the best and highest good. I ask those loved ones that want to come in, for those who are watching or being here in a vibration, to come forward. So I'd like to introduce a gentleman that's coming forward here as he steps in. I feel that he's on the thin side. I'm feeling about maybe 5'10". In stature. I feel that he was somebody that perhaps didn't always have an easy life. He didn't take, he took life as a struggle, okay? Perhaps I believe that he had a hard lifetime as a child, that he perhaps, I'm feeling that he was kind of like mistreated as a child, is the way that I'm perceiving what he's telling me at this time. He was a smoker. He has a big silver lighter here as he's holding it in his hand, and I feel like he was, he smoked a lot. He was a chain smoker for sure. I feel that, I'm in his energy now, and I'm feeling like I'm smiling, because he could have a good smile, okay? He'd have a good smile, and he liked to communicate. He was a loner, but yet he had some friends. They were selected friends, and when he was around them, he would give them a good, pat on the back, okay? I'm believing and totally believing that it was lung around his lungs. That's how he passed on the spirit side here. His life was fast and quick. He worked hard. I feel it was labor. He worked I'm feeling like he was mechanically inclined. And so as he steps forward here, and I'm feeling a father energy with him, so either father or grandfather, and he's saying, what he's coming to me is, and I don't know if this is a symbol for his name, but Chuck, the woodchuck, is coming out. So whether he had a nickname he would call somebody here on the earth plane, or he himself had this nickname, and that's the way he's coming in. And I feel that he's coming in, and I feel like this comes for a male that's here on the earth plane, that he's coming in to say that, things are going fast right now, and panic isn't the thing to do. And just gather all that you've got, because I do feel like you have resources. So it's somebody that maybe at this time is really kind of squandering and trying to find resources for themselves and for their family. And he was a connoisseur for that. He used everything he could to, make a little extra here and there. So I feel like for who this is going to, that he's saying that there will be resources there, and you've got more than you think about, and the blessings of spirit. Okay. And I feel a woman coming here. I feel her name is Margaret, or an M initial here, and I feel that she was just really somebody that took a presence. Okay, she was maybe about my height, or maybe just a little bit more, and I feel that she was somebody that would a great smile. I feel like I'm just exuberant here. She would have had darker hair when she was younger here, and I feel like she'd like to wear dresses, and she'd like to look nice. Okay, I feel she's admiring. She's bringing me to my own scarf. It might be something that she would wear on this earth plane too. And I feel like an aunt with her, an auntie, okay, and somebody's mother also here, because I'm feeling too that she's showing me that she would have had a family, and possibly a family of 4. And as she comes in, I feel that she was somebody that was always very good at picking out the little, perhaps the little things that weren't, she was real good analysis, or she'd analyze things, and she'd be able to pick out what was the little things that needed to be looked at, okay? And I don't know if she's trying to say that her personality was just a little bit picky, but I don't think it's that. I really feel that it's more that she was able to pick out things that needed to be shifted and changed. She was good at that, good at looking at those situations that needed to be looked at. So she was good in sort of analysis in that perspective. So she had a good mind to her, and what she did, she was very good at her work. And I do feel like it was like, it could be even that she was able to pick up letters or things that weren't written right. So as she comes in, I feel that she was stopped in her tracks. I feel like she had, my body, I feel like I had cancer. I feel like I was in the hospital, back and forth, and I might have had a few treatments. And then it just downhill from there. And I feel that she's talking about, so I feel like I have 4, but there's younger kids that she's alluding to. And I feel it's a girl and a boy that she's alluding to here on the earth plane, and that she enjoys the fundamentals of the creative ways of being parenting right now, the creative things that you're doing with the kids, whoever this can place this, and she's really enjoying watching this from the spirit side, and how wonderful these kids are being raised and the fun things that you're doing with them, and that she's around and sends her love and blessings from the spirit side. Okay, so as I step forward into this energy here, I have a gentleman. He's definitely a father. I definitely feel that this person was sort of a jokester when he was here on the earth plane. I feel broadside here in form. I feel also that he had a particular smile, and somebody else has this smile of his, and I feel it's a female. And well, actually, there's a male too. And I feel like almost like a little dimple. He had a little dimple when he smiled. And everybody knew when he was kidding. You didn't know until you saw this little smile. He would come afterwards and just kind of like give this little smile, and you know that he was kidding around. So he had a sense of humor. He also played around a lot, and I feel like when he come in, I feel like I can feel him coming in. Like he would have a presence to him. When he came into an entrance of a room. I feel like he worked hard. I feel like he was either ahead of a business or was in some kind of business when he was here on the earth plane here that dealt with a lot of, like at least a company. And I feel as he's stepping forward here that I feel he is coming in with lots of compassion right now. There's a restoring of things going on, and he's showing me that he would have been able to do like side jobs, things like that, because all of a sudden I'm seeing the spatula that you use when you're doing stucco and things like that on the wall. And I feel like it's almost symbolic too, that the fact that things are going to get mended here. I think it's within the family, something within the family that's been very hard. Things keep on popping up and down, he says. He knows this, and sometimes if you just, make them more small than they are, don't make ants out of, moles out of anthill or whatever that saying is. But he's just showing me with that special, just cover it up, deal with it, and express your feelings. But eventually they're going to seem small in the scheme of things, okay? The things that are going on right now, and just focus on the positive things and focus on love. And there's lots of love and blessings from him from the spirit side. Okay. I feel I have a name that begins with a J here. I'm getting Jill or Jane. And this is a little bit of a woman that's coming forward here. I feel like I was maybe in the 70s or so forth, I feel like I have, aged, just aged, but still a lot of spunk in me. Shorter hair, grayish, shorter hair here, on the thin side, but not real thin. And I feel like she was a hot ticket, okay? And she wouldn't feel like, when I'm in her vibration area, she wouldn't feel embarrassed or anything to be up in front of people. She was like a sidekick to somebody, and they, she would always be laughing and so forth. I do believe that she's telling me that she's with her sister on the spirit side too, and that they still are clowning around up here, okay? And I feel like Evelyn also is a name and a connection too, and I feel like there's, the church would be something that it's Easter, she would go to church, and they would make, I feel like she believed in her faith and everything, but she was a kidder and she could have fun anywhere, even if she went to church. But she would always pray and be of solace and so forth. So as she comes in, loving candy, she would definitely be a candy person, because she's showing me candy, and she would have loved candy, she would have loved getting and receiving candy. And I feel like it's been some time since she's been in the spirit side here, that she's telling me that, but she's telling me she has a good sized family, and she wants everyone to remember that she is doing well in the spirit side. And she is also showing me that she would have loved lilies. If you smell the lilies, that would be her, because she would love lilies. And there's lots of love and blessings from the spirit side for her also. And at that note, I think I'm going to end this service here this evening. We're hoping that you've gotten something that was uplifting, something that helps you during this time. And Easter is a beautiful celebration. You can still always remember infinite at all times and be in your higher energy as we move forth and go through together and transform the world. God's blessings.